I don't have to wonder if it's just a foyer that's because this nightmarish place. That's become of this nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of thunder and the lashings of rain and wind against the foyer's high windows. All of it has been replaced by a more grating sound. A cacophony of voices from nowhere and everywhere echoing throughout the now horrid walls. Voice that neither belongs to us nor the people who live here.
What's going on?
Help! Please!
All throughout the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, and nearer to the horror creeping up in each of us. Who wouldn't be shocked? This is insane. Even Daisy, feisty woman that she is, trembles at the sight of it, clinging desperately to Lily while Steel and Feathers stand protectively in front of the two. Brave of them, I have to admit, to put themselves in the front line like that. Though it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't feel the same fear as the rest of us. Something I don't blame them for. There seems to be no end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like it's the beginning of the end.
Help me! Oh my god! Please, somebody! Anybody! Who are you? Stay away! No. Stay away! Stay away!
Their screams fill the mansion. You know, I'm just assuming that these voices are from the past. People that she has haunted, right? It's gotta be. That's what makes sense to me right now, anyway. And excuse my voice. I haven't like fully recovered yet, and my voice is like crispy and yeah. But I can manage. You know. It doesn't hurt or anything, so I'm fine. It's just that my voice sounds a little bit odd. Their screams fill the mansion. She laughs all the while. A harsh, agonizing sound that goes on for what feels like forever. Until there is nothing but silence, her horrid smile, and pale hands reaching out to me. Calling, beckoning, pleading. I'm terrified. I really am, like I should be. But I've never been one to truly stay afraid. I've long learned that fear will not get me anywhere. Cowering in the corners and keep me safe, and it will not keep me alive, not like rage does. I've learned to use this burning hate inside of me to survive. There is no difference now.
Stay away from me!
Why do you wish to leave? This is where you belong, my lord. Remember the blood we share.
Why is that a story update? What have I done? The blood we share. What have I done wrong? I feel so bad.
This is your home. Don't you remember? You promised to return. To stay.
What?
Together with me. With us. With people no different from you. What is she talking about, Luke? What does she mean?
Thank you. That was what I was going to ask.
Don't listen to her, she lies. I promised no such thing to anyone. Hannah, you're the one who bought this house. How should I know what she's babbling about? I never even wanted to be here in the first place.
A terrible case of mistaking identity. That must be it. I'm quite sure of it. I don't know this woman, this monster. Why would I say that to someone like her? In my entire lifetime, I've only made and kept sincere promises to two people, Anna Evans and Eleanor Chandler. Who is Eleanor? His mother? I don't remember what his mother's name was. I guess his mother? Just no, not yes, journal profile. It doesn't say what her name is here. Oh well. No one else. The rest of those who claim I promised anything to them can go fuck themselves. Bloody hell, I may enjoy the company of women, but I am not an idiot to start spouting such nonsense to anyone. A line must be drawn, especially if I am to keep myself alive. Yet she still goes on, insists, making me appear a liar in front of these people.
Of course you still deny it. Have you truly forgotten? You haven't changed, I see. Still a deceiver.
She's lying!
You see, my love, nothing has changed. Still no difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us. Just like every single soul in this putrid wreck. We've waited for so long. You can hear them, yes. Their pleas, their calls, their invitation. Come, my lord. The house seeks its master.
The monster reaches out again, her hands a gory, apparent sight, along with that smile spread across her face. My body's already moving on instinct, stumbling back, one step at a time in a desperate build to be away from her. Anything to put distance between me and this vile creature. No matter what she says, I'm nothing like her. I need to get out of this house. Out of this country, preferably. There's nothing for me here, not anymore. Nothing to keep tied to this place. With Hana planning to leave me, Shrek and likely taken by this woman, nothing's left to bind me to this wretched city. I can leave. I can...
Careful, Luke!
My footsteps on something, sending me sliding on my back and flat on the floor. Beside me, a paper familiar one flutters down. Is it the letter? Yeah. It's this thing again from the open house that feels less like a gimmick and more like a threat. What would recent events? It must have fallen from one of these peasants in the commotion earlier. For a moment, they appear conflicted to see it in my hands, but wisely keeps their opinions to themselves. Leaving the damn thing to simply bear its grisly message for everyone in the room to see. Help me. Help me. Help me. Is this it? What they've been telling us? Boy, everything in my life has gone to shite because of some stupid old letter? An invitation indeed. One I am not willing to accept. Not anytime. From the top of the stairs, the creature moves again, drawing any attention back to her. Her gait remains slow and awkward as she walks forward, that smile never leaving her. But I won't give her the chance. I am not dying here. I certainly am not giving myself to a hideous creature like her either. Adrenaline kicks in, and despite the panic gaps and worried glances from Daisy's friends, I pay them no mind as I reach for the main door and, without warning, it slams open. Revealing not the mansion grounds like I am expecting. Before my mind can even comprehend what's happening, black tendrils have already coiled tightly around my limbs, dragging every person in the foyer into the room. None of us even get to scream, when darkness completely envelops us upon the doors closing.
Understand where your place is now, my love. You belong here. Is it so difficult to grasp? We've been waiting.
There's a moment of panic when the feeling of the tendrils around my limbs finally dissipates. As soon as my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room and I'm on my feet, I'm reaching for my knife and holding it out, watching, waiting for every movement. I think it's a movement. Anyway, using it as a way to put distance between me and these peasants. Who knows what they'll do now? We're all desperate to get out of this house. There's only 7 of us in this room, 4 of them friends at that. I cannot trust these people not to turn on me. Bloody hell, even Hana's giving me the same look as them now. Though Mint has already gone loon, crouched in a corner and muttering to herself, you can't really say anyone's safe from her. If anything, she's the one I should watch out for. I cannot trust anyone. Not anymore. Not after this. Despite the pleading looks Lily shoots my way while they all huddle in the corner behind steel and feathers. But I have to remind myself that even people like her are capable of doing the unpleasant. She's only human after all. It's never an excuse. Why, even Hana has her cunning, manipulative moments. Though she does it much subtler than I. Why else would Lily show this letter to us that day if not to save herself? I guess that backfired on her now that she has her own friends are also stuck here. Still, I have every right to be livid. Everything that I've built has fallen apart. All because these people came into our lives.
You! All of you! This is all your fault! If I've died to this bloody curse, I'm taking you all down with me!
Luke, please put that knife away. This isn't going to solve anything.
How could this have been played out differently?
Hey now, Mr. Wright. I know the situation ain't good, but we have to calm down. We're all in the same boat here.
You shut your mouth! If it weren't for you, or this letter, for all of you, none of this would have happened!
Is your life all that matters to you?
What about these people here? Don't they have the same problem? What about me, Luke? Do you even care?
Are you taking their side? You're also stuck in this nightmare, Hana! That creature is out to get us, and you're still defending these people!
I'm not defending anyone, Luke. I'm just trying to be reasonable when you're clearly not.
Oh, of course you're not. You're just the one who bought this bloody mansion to begin with. If I didn't know any better, you did this on purpose!
Why, no? Why would I ever do that? This was only meant to be an anniversary gift. For you. For us. For the family we're going to have.
Right, anniversary gift. Oh, here's your gift, darling. Oh, by the way, there's a curse included in that package. I hope that's all right. Are you really that eager to get rid of me, Hana? Because if that's what you've been meaning to do all this time, you might as well just put a knife in my back while I'm...
He is losing it. Holy shit. Holy shit. Suddenly, Hana steps up and slaps the knife away from my hand. Said knife slides uselessly under the table out of my reach. Before my mind registers what's happening, a sharp blow explodes in the side of my head, sending me reeling backwards. Soul fist. She merely stands against me back afterwards, without even batting an eye, glaring at me as if she might just rip my head off in this instant. Sometimes I forget.
Don't you dare, Luke. Don't you dare imply I've ever thought of you that way.
That Hana is never the weak woman I believe her to be. How did I come to think of her as such? She used to be someone I can look up to, wasn't she? When you look at her now, the way she stands, tall facing a man like me, the same way she has done all those years ago, I can't help but think, am I not responsible for taking that part of herself away from her? Enjoy your time as Mrs. Luke Wright. What a bunch of shite. Figures why she wants to leave me.
And these people are only trying to help us.
Oh, of course, by barging into our home. Are you really going to trust them to save your life? These peasants who brought this pox upon us.
Keep talking about us like that and see if any of us here will keep you out of this place.
Rebecca, stop! All of you stop this!
To hear Lily speak out loud, I can't say I'm not surprised. She has always given me the impression of someone so meek from the moment I've met her, either from her inexperience or her station in life. She has never struck me as someone fitting to be a real estate agent. Until now. Quietly, she puts herself between me and Daisy, cutting whatever scratching words we've yet to hurl at the other. The way she glares at me, it reminds me a little of the way my own mom would look at me. Particularly when I've done something wrong. And it's not a stare she's unused to showing. She has done this before, probably to a younger sibling. Huh. If she only sees us now as a pair of squabbling kids and not too mature adults, well, that's only to be expected. No doubt that's how she sees us. For a long moment, There's only silence in the room. Steel, the big oaf, doesn't even dare to break it, neither does Feathers. But both merely watching us, bunch of wimps, these men. Not a lot matters when Lily starts speaking again, after some of the anger and tension has lifted from the room.
Stop this, please! With or without that damn piece of paper,
A deep breath. An exhale. And then she closes her eyes, a crease forming between her eyebrows while she grips her hand tightly in front of her.
We still would have ended up in this mess.
The atmosphere that descends into the room right after that. Admission is anything but pleasant. Can I call it that? An admission? It seems like it from the way her eyes nervously flick between her friends and I. She appears to know more than she lets on, and how she makes herself appear smaller after dropping that bomb on us doesn't sit quite well with me. And patience is something I don't have the luxury of having right now and bestowing upon other people. What else does this girl know? What else is she not telling us? Because from the look of this, even her friends has no idea what she's talking about. Unwilling to wait, I grab her arm before she retreats without explanation, waving the letter still in my hand in front of her.
Ow! Sir, you're hurting me!
Hey, hands off her, right? Fuck off, Feathers. I have questions for your friend, and she better have the answers.
Luke, will you stop taking it out on every single person?
Your friend is hiding something, Daisy.
She struggles for moments, but my hold eventually forces her to look up at me. Fear and uncertainty spreads across her features, especially when her eyes land on the damn paper. As much as I want to be considerate right now, I want answers.
What do you mean, Lily?
I'm not sure about it.
Don't give me that, you know something!
Ow! Please, sir! I know the paper's useless, okay?
Whoa. At the mention of the letter, all of a sudden, Mink stands. I've almost forgotten she's here, her ramblings having faded away into shouting. Without warning, she snatches the paper out of my hand. It's a miracle it didn't rip right there and here and there. But the way she glares at it, I think she may want to do exactly that.
We should have gotten rid of this thing! We should have burned it at the first opportunity we got!
No, even if we rip it to shreds, it won't do anything. I think...
You don't know what I've seen, Santos. There were children! Victims! All because they had no idea what this thing will do to them! Oh God, those poor souls! They were screaming and begging before she...
Then what about those people they mentioned in the news lately? All those who died? My coworkers? The open house clients? None of them had seen it. Even Rose. And yet they're all dead. I should know. That letter has been with me since I picked it up.
What if there's another letter?
And I swear I didn't make copies of this thing. Even if I wanted to save myself, I wouldn't do that to my friends. Or anyone.
Is that what the trip to BRC was for?
Yes, I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you guys until I was certain. None of you believed me the first time. I had to find proof.
And yet we're all here! Are you taking me for a fool, Lily?
I have to go with whiskey on this. Who knows how many has already seen this before you found it? This cursed thing has to go!
We would have ended up here either way. Maybe? I really don't know. Sir, please. All I know is that paper isn't the reason why all of this is happening. There's something else that...
This place.
Steel has been quiet this entire time. That the sound of him talking, however, whispered it is. Still manages to catch us all off guard. We all pause, turning to him with likely the same questions in our eyes.
What?
Oh, I just thought... I mean, it's a straight thought, alright? Don't take my word for it.
What is it?
No, it might be something. What about this place, Zach?
There's still moments where he hesitates, but Lula's urging eventually spurs him into speaking.
I was just thinking, maybe Ash is right for why you went here. This is where Bella found that thing, right? And then this.
It was just a hunch, Zach. We were not getting anywhere. But just because we went here doesn't mean we will find all the answers we need here. Hell, now we're stuck here.
Regardless, Steel pauses, allows Lily to remember. Soon enough, whatever it is, dawns on her and her face lights up with something like hope. Of all things, in this nightmare, hope? Her head snaps up and she reaches for Steele's arm to give it a squeeze. A reassurance? Or confirmation? The meaning is lost even to Daisy, who glances at them, baffled.
Belle, what are you... Becca, it's this place. Think about it.
What? You mean, like, burn this place down?
I still think we should get rid of this letter before we start thinking of destroying a place with some historical value.
What? And no, we are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you peasants! I just spent a fortune on this!
Seriously, Luke, are you really more worried about that?
Buttercup, Mansion, millions. It's gonna take years getting all that money back!
Well, you certainly won't be getting any of that money if you're dead. Really, Luke? Is that more important than your life?
Bloody fucking hell! Not only do I have trespassers on my property, but they're also arsonists!
How dare they suggest something like that? Bloody peasants. My head's already aching just listening to them. To think this is all the solution they can come up with. I should have just stabbed all of them and made a run for it. It doesn't help that with each second we spend talking here, the crazier this whole place gets. The voices have become louder and somehow sounding more vicious. If the thing in this room starts floating, mark my words, I will fucking flip out. Alright. Furious, paranoid, and trapped in the mansion with people he barely knew, Luke Wright threatened to take them down with him. Luckily, before the hysterical man could harm anyone. Not warm, jeez. They may not be thinking of it right now, but eventually they'll turn on me. Such is the nature of humans. Better find a way out of this place as soon as possible, if I want to stay alive. Fuck, I still have so much to do. None of our choices seem sound. But who knows? We don't understand a shite about this place. Might as well try everything, yeah? Whatever works. If I also have to be the one to make that bloody decision, then so be it. Less room for errors with the only sane one doing the thinking. On the off chance I'm wrong, well, they suggested it. I decided to... Oh my god, I don't know! You know... oh my goodness, this is like it. This is it. I'm just gonna say, but you know, I really, okay, I should definitely stick to my decision, because I will replay this in the future, like I've already said. But I'm really trying to get like the best ending possible to get all the information and stuff. Let's burn the mansion. I'm going to regret this, I will. But with these cries growing louder, this has become the easiest decision I have ever made. No relationship status update. Now I'm sad. I'm getting tired of hearing her sobbing, really. It's just irritating. Isn't she getting tired of it? Besides, someone has to act fast, think fast, and what else is the root cause of our problems with this place, where the letter was found? No need to make things more complicated. It started here. Why won't it end here? If what Lily has said is true, then there's all the more reason to destroy it. Put an end to this madness before someone thinks of putting this blasted place up in the market. When I get out of this place, I swear I'm suing a bunch of people. Run that asset company to the ground if need be. We spent millions, damn it. Millions. With a sigh and perhaps a heavy heart, I opened one of the drawers in my study table. Taking a bottle of liquor out of it for myself, then passing it on to every occupants in the room. They accepted, but not without a look of protest or a confused glance my way. It does shut them all up, so maybe I've done something good.
Luke, this isn't the time!
Even more when I pop the cork off the bottle and pour its contents. on the floor.
Well, what are you simpletons waiting for?
We waste no time dousing the whole room, the smell of alcohol filling the air. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they're more than eager to set this whole place to fire. And the blaze catches easily in this room when I set it alight, using the blasted paper as kindling. The whole place drenched with wine and all manner of things alcoholic I've been hiding from Hana. The small fire soon turns into an inferno. In a matter of seconds, we're out the door. It doesn't exactly lead where I was hoping it would. Although ending up in the kitchen does give us more reason to play like a bunch of pyromaniacs. Fishing the liquor stocks from the cuppers, we also do the same thing we've done so to the study. Door after door in every room we pass. Pouring bottle after bottle of expensive aged liquor and setting everything on fire, only leaving once the glaze has started in earnest. When we run out of liquor, we simply drop the bottle and take one off from many nooks I've stashed one. And there's no lack of it in here. The hard stuff, the shorts, the watered down kind. Gifts from a distant relative, friends, so-called friends, you name it. I made sure there's always one within reach.
How many of these things do you keep in this house?
I always have a few bottles in the bedroom, the parlor, and the dining room.
You have problems, man.
Well, isn't this the time to discuss them?
Turns out, it'll be useful now. Not to drown out my sorrows, but for this. Wonder of wonders. Though I suppose I can say it has also saved my life. But there's no time for some introspection now, because with each room we pass and burn, the place also becomes easier to navigate, as if it's slowly righting itself, returning to what it's supposed to be. Soon we finally find ourselves standing before the main door. The strong odor of burning wood, cloth, and varnish alike wafts from under the doors of the rooms we've previously torched, slowly filling the hall with the thick black smoke. The blaze has also started in earnest in every part of the house. I can already feel the heat steeping from the rooms I've set aflame. In a matter of minutes, flames will engulf the whole house. Fittingly, that is when she appears again before us, watching us from the top of the stairs while her world goes up in flames around her. However, what catches my eye is that expression on her face. Not the vile smile I've already grown accustomed to, or the one where her eyes gleam with complete hatred. This one? She's turning back into her real, actual human form or whatever. Forlorn is the only word I can think of to describe it.
No, please. Help me. Help me, please.
Can the dead still feel? Can she hear us? Or is that merely another one of her tricks to trap us in this nightmare? Like this, however, she seems almost like the woman she used to be. And I don't waste any time pondering over it. Not with the exit just a few steps away. The doors finally open, and through it I can glimpse the world outside. Safety. However, I do turn, if only to see the last of her. A farewell more than anything. For all her attempts to lure me, draw me in, her wishes to be with me, she does not stop me when I finally run from this horrid place. Quietly, she disappears. Watching a multi-million-pound house burn before me, for some reason, nothing about this bothers me. Maybe it's that one last look on her face that has changed it. Maybe it's what I've seen and heard inside. There's only a calm, a stillness. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside. And with it is the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. Ever so slowly, the sky begins to lighten before my eyes. Darkness giving way to the warm morning hues, soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxborn's countryside. Nearby, the trees sway and rustle with the breeze. The passing draft that carries even into this room from outside, cold enough to make me shiver. The remains of a storm that has passed. In the distance, I can hear the soft chirping of birds, while the rest of the world stirs, waits. Dawn at last. We are free. Yay! Yay! What's going to happen now? Is the game seriously over? I'm a bit afraid. I'm not ready. I want more answers about everything. Well, they're all alive, at least. Despite initial protests, Luke agreed with Isabella Santos. He began dousing the place with alcohol and setting it on fire. Sure enough, as flames slowly engulfed the place, it returned to its original state, freeing them. Outside, at the first light of dawn, the mansion burned to the ground before their eyes. It's over. Is it really over, though? Oh, epilogue. Are you serious? Like the flames that engulfed the mansion that night, whispers quickly spread across Luxmore City after the incident. Officers who investigated it have simply deemed it an unfortunate accident. Regardless of the truth, Luke Wright files criminal charges against Briar Realty Corporation for undisclosed reasons to the public, forcing the latter to declare bankruptcy. Oh, a move that has merely stoked the rumors further. But for those who still believe in the stories of the old and those who know the truth, it is but a testament to the curse and secrets the Emerald Mansion has hidden for centuries. If there will come a time those will finally be revealed, only the ashes of the now ruined mansion know. Oh, I should know. Burn it down. Crap. However, on nights when the wind howls and thunder booms across the sky, some still claim hearing of voices where it once stood. Of cries and wails that fill the nights and desperate calls of help for anyone who dares listen. As for those who once tread its halls, unable to settle their differences, Hannah Wright eventually files for divorce from Luke Wright. For several months, they become the subject of gossips and the mass media in the city. In spite of this, the two have uncharacteristically mentioned tight-lipped on the circumstances of their separation, though many assumed it's the inevitable falling out stemming from the trouble during the couple's housewarming party. To everyone's surprise, however, Luke Wright quietly accepts the court's decision and disappears from the Evan heir's life without creating much fuss. The once couple has kept an amicable relationship, though, and the businessman is seen visiting Hannah Evans on the day of their twins' birth. Aww, she got twins. They got twins. With the Wright couple's separation also comes the Wright Evans conglomerate's split up. Although the Wright enterprise still manages to do well in the business with Evans Incorporated back as a competitor, other tech league places its CEO and the company under the legal spotlight months later. This time, however, with the then Chief Inspector Harvey Lee's sudden absence, the businessman isn't able to escape close scrutiny. In an investigation headed by LPD's Detective Inspector Ashton Frey, all of Wright's enterprise's illegal businesses dealings within the past 10 years come to light. Hey, congrats, dude! I knew you could do it. Congrats. Congratulations. Okay. Although his involvement with other crimes is still being investigated, the disclosure has caused a huge outcry, especially from the city's business sector. Sued on multiple grounds, the company is ultimately forced to shut down. Oddly, when Luke Wright steps out of his office one last time, there's only a small smile on his face. To avoid public outrage, the once affluent businessman immediately leaves the city. All his bank accounts have been emptied, including his Luxborn apartments, leaving not a single trace or clue where he might be hiding. The last anyone has ever seen of the man was on a flight bound for Ireland. Till this day, no one has heard from him. Maybe he will live a better life now. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, no we won't. Shoot. Even his people from the old Wright Enterprise who have all been left to deal with the aftermath. If Hannah even knows, she has kept mum about it. Though over the past few months, after the situation has calmed, some have made claims of spotting him fitting in and out of the city, if only to check on those he has left behind. Following the company split, Hannah Evans establishes Evans Incorporated, becoming its CEO like her late father has always wanted for her. Though a bit out of practice and doubted by many people at first, the Evans heirs quickly finds her bearings and proves to be every bit as talented in the business as her parents. Soon, under her management, the new Evans Inc. flourishes, becoming one of the prime investment and finance companies in Luxborn City. Months after her recovery, Marianne McCullough heads back to her homeland, ready to close the chapter of a past she has left hanging for so long. There she visits Lorian's grave, asking for forgiveness from the girl she once loved, something she has intentionally avoided for years. Although the terror of what she has witnessed inside of the Ermengarde mansion still clings to her, she bravely chooses to move on from it, turning a new leaf by focusing on a new branch of her interior design company and leaving her interior design company at Luxborn in the hands of her secretary instead. Although she never returns to the city after, she is frequently seen visiting to check on the people who has become acquainted with her in her years there. Having finally accepted herself, she won't deny she's in a happier place now. Like, all of them seems to have had a relatively good ending thus far. But it's not the way to go if you want to find, like, all of the clues or, you know, really get the mystery behind everything, I guess. With help from family and friends, Zachary Steele is soon able to open a photography studio of his own, something he has only dreamed of having as a child. Although he still hopes to get back to making indie films someday, client work and small projects has kept him mostly busy. Hectic as it may be, he can only be glad for the amount of work pouring in. It has made moving on from the incident in the Ermengarde mansion easier, if not faster. But while there are still nightmares, with support from his family, his doctor, and his own drive, the dark images have finally turned into pleasant dreams. He's aware he won't ever truly forget, but he's no longer running away. At times, when he's not busy or after a hard day's work, he thinks there's another story for the big screen to be told in that. An idea he may soon turn into reality once his time affords it. In the months that follow, Rebecca Gales becomes a prominent researcher within Luxborn's major academic circles, especially after writing what she has discovered about Anslem Village and the Ermengarde mansion. With help from Professor Andrew Clark, she is soon able to secure funding to continue her research, presenting her findings yearly at local and international symposiums. Now at the tail end of her current study, she hopes to publish her first book, correcting all inaccuracies inaccuracies in the city's current history. A move supported by both colleagues, students, and friends alike. Though she knows she still has a long way to go before she can even begin to change people's minds about it, Professor Clark has warned her as much. She perseveres. Doing it not for herself, but for the sake of a history the future generation must never forget. No matter how disturbing her experience with the curse may have been, she remains the warrior she has always been. Even after what she has seen, she continues to fret over people who she cares about, sometimes much to their frustration or embarrassment. But if there's one thing that has shifted, it's her relationship with the people in their little group, particularly with Zachary Steele. In fact, on numerous occasions, she has been spotted dropping by his new studio, bringing the man food on days when he's swamped with work. They also seem to have grown much comfortable around each other than before. Maybe it's born out of their shared experience. Or maybe the way they see each other has simply changed naturally due to the years they've known each other. Regardless of the whys, it's a change the man welcomes and appreciates. In turn, he strives to return her kind gesture whenever he can. For all the horrors they've seen, who would have thought something good will come of it? Things have inevitably become strained between Ashton Frey and Rebecca Gills in the months following her confession. And with their lives getting busier, the two have eventually drifted apart. No! I feel bad. Although neither talks about it and the teacher still strives to forget an old love, it's clear on Rebecca that there are still feelings left she couldn't let go of. If anything, however, this has only made it obvious how much has changed between them, and how much she has clung to the idea of Ashton from their younger days, the one that may not have been there in the first place, merely an idea for a starry-eyed young girl. But if there's will be a time she will be able to accept this, to move on from the hurt and repair an old friendship that has fallen to ruin, only she knows. Amidst her struggles, Rebecca finds an unlikely friend in Luke Rice, so she knows where he is. Okay then. While he avoids the city like a plague nowadays after losing both his company and his family, he makes an effort to drop by from time to time, mostly to visit his goddaughter Kylie Suarez, though the man still won't admit it when asked. Despite starting off on the wrong foot, Rebecca considers his presence a blessing now, a familiar face after all she has seen. It seems like he kind of became a good guy, right? It seems like it. You just get rid of all the power and money, and you can become quite decent, I suppose. Yeah, money, fame, power can really harm people in ways we can't really imagine until we're in that place ourselves, I suppose. The same thing seems to go for the former businessman, confiding in the woman of his problems, petty or otherwise. At times, when their circumstances allow it, the two can be seen taking Callie out to the local park, watching over the child, or sometimes simply engaged in a mundane conversation, enjoying each other's company and never talking about anything that hints of any misfortune. Whether this will ever grow into something more, only time will tell. With her newfound courage, Isabella Santos finally chooses to pursue what she really wants for herself. Having made enough to keep her family afloat for a few years, and with their blessing, she quits her job at Briar Realty Corporation and takes the scholarship offer from the local university. Though remarkably out of practice and unsure if she will be able to keep up the time she returns to I can't even speak anymore. She returns to university. She finds her feet soon enough with help from people close to her. and with her confidence in her skills growing, so did the number of people recognizing her and her work. It doesn't take long for several award-giving bodies to take notice of her. For all her accomplishments, however, she has never truly forgotten what happened at the Ermengarde mansion. The images still remain in her, and on particularly unpleasant nights, terrors continue to visit her dreams. She could draw them, express them. Maybe that would be a way. She knows those won't ever disappear from her life. It has become a part of her in the same way death has permanently taken from her. However, she's no longer afraid. And with a brave face, she carries on, earnestly wishing that someday she'll be able to paint brighter, more vivid thoughts on her canvas. Yeah, okay. I see. She already is doing that. Alright. An honest portrayal of life and hope amidst the fear. Shortly after accepting the scholarship grant from Luxembourg University, Isabella moves from Salemwell residence in favor of staying in a dorm close to her campus. Although Rebecca Gale's quick to offer assistance for the move, she does admit she will be missing her neighbor of more than 5 years. When all is said and done, she has become fonder of the girl over the years, and with their shared experience over the curse, they have only grown closer. Isabella leaves with a promise to visit every once in a while. And even though she still jokingly complains about Rebecca's bossy attitude, she confesses that she also misses the woman's fussing. After all, in a place miles away from her real family, Rebecca is still the closest thing she has to a sister. More than a year later, once everything in their respective lives settled, Zachary Steele and Isabella Santos finally hold their first exhibit together. Oh my gosh, that's so great! A project that has been in the making for almost 2 years after the photographer casually brought it up to the other artist. While merely intended as a small event, it has been surprisingly attended by several members of Luxembourg's upper class and art enthusiasts. Although only a few of the pieces have been meant for sale, the show has brought prominence to Zachary and Isabella's names in the city's art scene. It has since been followed by several other exhibits by the two, both in and out of the city. Currently, they are planning to hold their first show overseas. Yet, even with this unexpected, overwhelming fame, friendship between the two has remained strong. Theirs, after all, is a bond that goes beyond being mere partners in a small project. He's her family as much as she is his. While she's aware she still has plenty of ways to go, getting back to school has also opened a lot of opportunities for Isabella. At times, part-time work have started to become in droves, and she's able to support herself financially through her art alone. Sometimes she has only dreamed something she has only dreamed of as a child, and when clients are generous enough, she was able to send money back home as well, despite her family's reassurances. One such client is Marianne McCullough's interior design company, who frequently commissions her for murals after the woman has learned of her skill. Though at times she finds it difficult to keep up with the interior designer standard for quality, it's a job and a challenge she's only too happy to accept if it means doing what she loves. Following his success in bringing the Luxembourg firm case to a close, Ashton Frey receives a recommendation for transfer to Luxembourg's lead agency against organized crimes, an endorsement eagerly backed by the newly appointed successor to the late Chief Inspector Lee, Abigail Harris. Knowing he'll have more resources, leeway, and a bigger chance at ultimately bringing Luke Wright to justice, Ashton Frey accepts. He still wants the people close to him against Wright and his associates, but only a friendly reminder now, more than anything. Yeah, maybe Luke hasn't really changed. I mean, I guess if you look at, like, horrible people, they always have most of them, not everyone. Depends on if they're like, you know, have a mental issue with, you know, can't really feel love or empathy, whatever. But I guess most have at least someone who they really care about and love. Yeah. Oh, I was hoping that he would, you know, become a good guy, but whatever. And though he does worry, he believes they are wise enough to know what they are doing and trust their judgment. For now, he has decided to leave the evidence and the law to speak for itself and take care of the man once the proper time comes. Nowadays, police work and operations keep him busy, sometimes taking him away from the city he grew up in for days on end. A rare thing for him to enjoy once upon a time. Yet this time he never loses his drive, simply growing more determined after having finally found a clear purpose close to the rush and excitement he dreamed of as a child. Although Ashton still keeps mum about specific details of his work, his experience with the curse has slowly taught him how to open up, especially to those who he knows that genuinely care for him. He still has a long way to go, he knows that, but for the sake of the people who are still with him, those who have chosen to stay, he hopes that there will come a day when he no longer has to hide behind his own lies. A day when he is no longer afraid of facing the truth in his own words. Oh, I didn't give him that good of an ending then. Oh, I'm sorry. On his days off, Ashton is usually seen loitering around Zachary Steele's studio either to help him out on one of his pet projects or exasperating the other man on purpose. Either night or what? It's mostly the latter. At certain times, he'll volunteer to model for one of the Zach's projects, in spite of the photographer's reassurance that it's not needed. Regardless, Ashton insists before complaining how meticulous the whole process is hours later, to Zach's utter amusement. Though sometimes they may get into small, trivial arguments, things have stayed cordial between the two. If anything, the ordeal they've both gone through has merely strengthened a friendship the detective didn't expect to find in anyone. Between the lingering trauma and their merely attempts at normalcy, it takes a few months for the awkwardness to finally lift for both Ashton Frey and Isabella Santos. Of several weeks trying to find their voice and remembering how to act around each other, despite enduring affections. But once the unease fades, there's only their usual banter and rapport to fall back on, the casual talk and the friendly jibes. And for the both of them, it's easy. It's like breathing. Like something home after another journey. Like coming home. After another journey. I'm so sorry, guys. A comfort in spite of the things they have gone through. Their days may still be filled with petty arguments and light teasing, but in the aftermath, when all has been said and done, something consist has already been forged between the two. A quiet, steadfast thing they can both hold on to as they both carry on. No! Of course, I just had to cough a little bit. No, it's over. Well, for now, right? Well, the lyrics. Okay. So I have so many questions about the whole mystery overall, but I'm sure that we can get some answers if I play differently, which is why I will eventually. But I took such a long time to play this game, like a little bit over 40 hours. Jeez, 40 hours, that's insane. But I mean, that's good. I mean, money well spent, there's a lot of content in here. But yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I like the game, but I was not ready. I didn't think I would finish it today, which is why I'm a little bit off. But you know, there's still so much story left. I guess it is an achievement or accomplishment in that everyone survived, because I think everyone can die, or maybe not Luke. Yeah, probably not Luke. He probably can't die. What if he's alone in that mansion? That would be weird. But yeah. I'm so happy that Kylie survived. No, she didn't become like she got possessed a few times, but it wasn't that bad. This is such a good game. It's a bit unfortunate that there are some grammar mistakes and such, but you know, it's very easily overlooked because of the story. You know, I guess I will have more to say about everything story-wise once, you know, we played it again and seen some different outcomes, right? Well, anyway, so thank you guys for watching the letter. I will not start playing this instantly. I will play... Okay, so the next game that I will play will either be Soma or Little Nightmares. So hopefully you want to watch that with me, otherwise watch that with me. I mean, watch me play that with you guys or whatever. But if those games aren't interested, well, hopefully I will play something that she will enjoy in the future. Hana, best plot and backstory. Oh right, so I feel kind of frustrated that I didn't really get any couples. You know, I thought I was going to be a bit more successful in the whole dating aspect. Apparently I wasn't that good. I was so close with both Luke and Rebecca, and with Isabella and Ashton, but not quite enough. Shoot. Teal? Where are you, Teal? What? No, I was not prepared for this. No. Don't hurt Kylie. No. Teal. Please. She's here. Why? Why are you doing this to us right at the end of the... I got such a good ending, and now there's this. What? She's still here, Dio! No! No! Why? No, I'm sorry, Kylie! I'm so sorry. No! Could I have done something? No! I mean, I saw... So I know that's the whole... Right, I mean, when we were playing as Luke, he, you know, saw the painting, drawing, and it's like, what? That's her friend? That's her imaginary friend? Oh, okay, so what have we learned? Do not burn down the house or mansion. Why? Because she will still be alive. God damn it. And now Kylie's going to die or something. Get burned alive. Or whatever it was. That killed this lady. Right now. No. No. Shattered fairy tale. I don't want that achievement. But it would get me closer to 100%. But still, I don't want that achievement. No, Kylie. Poor little baby. Dear you. Oh, jeez. Kylie. If you're reading this, that means you've finished playing the game in one way or another, and we thank you for the time you spent in playing the letter. Fuck you guys, you shouldn't have killed Kylie. How can I save Kylie? But, okay, I seriously do not want to have an answer, if you can, because I want to, you know, play it and find it, figure it out on my own. But anyway, this game is our passion project more than anything, and we sincerely hope we delivered in bringing you one-of-a-kind visual novel experience. The letter is hopefully the first of many visual novels coming from us. If you like what we did with this game and would like to support us, please consider donating to our Patreon account. You can also follow us on social media to get the latest updates. Our usual handle is yangyangmobile. Thank you so much for everything. Let's talk soon. Yeah, okay, so yeah, shout out to you guys. I love this game a lot. And like the visuals, the animation, that is really cool. Because that doesn't really... I don't know if that's a thing with visual novels. I haven't really experienced that before. So yeah, I think that was really great. It was well done, and it gave more life into a visual novel. It really did, so that was great. And the story is fun and heartbreaking, especially the last part. No, that was the only part for me anyway. Well, maybe if I would have killed off some characters, then it probably would have been a bit worse. But yeah. Crap, when will I play this game again? I just want to save Kylie now. Jeez, I want to bring her back from the dead. But, you know, sort of the same thing, because it's, you know, a new game. But, well, okay, so that was the end. Let me just look at, like, these tabs. Ooh, 100% for 2 chapters. So there's one background from Isabella's, which is, no, 2 backgrounds, which are missing. Oh, 85%. What? Okay, 2 things. What's, oh, surface. There are quite a lot of stuff in here. What is this? Like all of the last things? So I did a poor playthrough with her or something? Like the most mysterious stuff. I want to replay it so bad. Darn it, but it took such a long time. Oh, darn it. We'll see. But, no, I need a break. But I like... Oh, individual good. True endings. I didn't get any true ending. Okay, guys, we will get true endings, okay? So they all got, like, good individuals. Most of them. That's funny. Luke, variant 5. He could have gotten 5 different... Yeah, 5 or maybe 6. I don't know. Yeah, he could have gotten 6 different endings. Wow. Wow. Okay. I see. But wait. Maybe not. I mean, maybe not, because here it says variant 1, but then there's no in between. Okay, let's not think about this too much. But yeah, oh my god. Ashton. They all got individual good endings. Well, that's interesting. Variant 4. Huh. Interesting. Individual bad. Oh, Luke's escape. Oh, I see. Okay, so you got both a good and a bad ending. Yeah, okay. Friendship, good. Zachary and Rebecca. Rebecca and Isabella. Marianne and Isabella. Zachary and Isabella. Zachary and Ashton. Isabella and Ashton. No. Yeah, Isabella and Ashton. I just didn't. Okay, I flipped the names. Many Zachary, right? And Rebecca. Friendship bad. Hannah, and Luke. Variants free. Oh my goodness, they can have bad friendships, or, you know. Wait, what? Did I get a romance ending? Maybe there are variants for the romance as well. Like, one is kind of like, oh, maybe. Maybe, kind of. I mean, they like each other. And the others are actual couples. Ashton and Rebecca. Yeah, right. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, interesting. Variant 2. Yeah, so I guess... I was so close. I think it was like... I got one thing wrong or something, and it was the same with Isabella and Ashton. Okay, we will definitely fill these up. Okay, that sounded weird, but you know. Memory fragments. What is all this? Okay, let's continue. So we got all of the backgrounds for Hannah. And, that was so disturbing. I just did not like this. I don't know why in particular, but... And there are 3 things left in that chapter. 55%. You know, there's a lot of things which can, you know, end differently. I love it. And this is, yeah, those are all the same. Is this Ashton? No, I mean, Zachary. Yeah, oh, there's so much. But not as many backgrounds overall. Let's see. Oh, 57%. Oh, 54. 37. 33. What? Oh my goodness. Almost everything with him, or yeah, everything is like horror. Poor guy, except from the meal. Everything else, yeah, everything was just a nightmare. You're just getting tired thinking about it. Okay, and Marianne, Macacala, all of them, because we tried to romance Hannah, and it did not end well. But we got some more of the story about, you know, the kids. And it said, I believe the achievement said, like, a fake... No, it said, like, a prank gone wrong, I think? And they were adding stuff to the letter, which is why it makes sense if there's another letter or something like that. Yeah. Ugh. But I do love cats, so. My goodness. That was disturbing too. Oh, holy shit! Okay, I was not expecting movements! I'd forgotten she moved! Okay, that was kind of funny. And my own fault. I was like, is this going to be a quick time event now? Okay. Yeah, here. Yeah. Yeah, look. There's paint, blood. They made that letter. I need to replay. We gotta replay this, okay? Are you guys with me? Gotta figure this out. We gotta figure it out. And those poor kids. Look at that. Look at this. Well, for another day, but we will. Rebecca, right? I think. Yeah, Rebecca. She's just in school, man. That's all she does. Oh, that's quite wow. She's got a lot of. Huh. Interesting. What if there are more secrets about this here? If I did some other choice. It makes sense, right? The free first? That was so creepy. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. I love the animations to the drawings. It makes it so cool. Kylie, I'm so sorry. I killed you. I'm so sorry. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm devastated. Okay, there's one missing. This is for Ashton. Maybe if something else could have happened in the mansion? Oh my god. The crawling. I was so stressed during that time. Like, I failed constantly. Oh. What was this? Oh. Right. Oh my god. Are you serious? There are so many of them. I want to figure it out. There are so many things left. Like, open. I just want to. No. Wow. Oh, they aren't really in particular order because this was way previous to, you know, this. Oh. Just one missing. Takako, why? Takako, why? Leave Kylie alone. This is going to be my mission. I'm going to save Kylie. You know, first, yeah, I wanted the true endings. Well, maybe one of the true endings would be saving Kylie, but you know, Kylie, she goes way above, like, some crappy romances, you know. Serious. I'm serious. There are so many. Wow. I can't even open it. I don't even know how many true endings there are. How frustrating. Memory fragments? What is that? Will they, like, remember stuff if I replay? No. I don't know what it means. No! No! Why? Okay, and we are going to end it right there. See you guys. Ah!